Hopefully, there is audio of both myself and the game this time around. We'll find out though, won't we? All right. Maybe. All right. We'll see. Just give it another minute or two for me to be ready. This fucking music is ripping. All right. Well, let's get going. So, I was gonna pick up. I can hear my fucking Twitch audio. That won't do. There we go. All right, so as I was saying, I was going to pick up Alan Wake's remaster today on the Epic Store, but I noticed that Steam had this game on sale for a little over 20 bucks. It's Lawn Mowing Simulator, which a lot of my streams lately have turned into just sort of, I don't know, discussions on this instead of a video game discussion. So I figure, what better thing to play while discussing the horrors of existence than a lawn mowing simulator. All right, let's see. So yeah, here we go. If you're in the chat, let me know how the audio is. Is there a fair balance between my voice and this ripping fucking 1990s tech startup conference music? An interesting choice of music. Not by any means bad. I listen to quite a lot of Mallsoft, so I imagine something like this will eventually find its way into my YouTube recommendations. But anyway, my cat's fucking going insane behind me. All right, so let's get started. And then once we get moving, we'll eventually get into discussing things. Career mode. In career mode, you run a new lawn mowing company, completing contracts to earn money and RP, reputation points, to build up your company. As your company grows, you can expand by purchasing new vehicles, hiring employees, and unlock new location contracts. You know, I do hope that there's a like a sandbox mode where I can just fucking mow endlessly. Which is funny because I've done I'm hitting okay, for fuck's sake. What's the problem? Let's see. Why are you not recognizing my controller? I can hear steam in the background, which is interesting. Man, between this and the weird audio things it does to me. There we go. Still not doing much. It sees the controller. But again, I can hear steam in the background. So let's just restart the game. The fuck is this? Obviously, I don't want exit desktop. There we go. We'll just relaunch from Steam because for some reason, yeah, what the fuck is this, Steam? Yeah, I think Steam was just getting jealous in the background. All right, back to Lawn Mowing Simulator. Back to that beautiful, beautiful music. I was joking about it finding its way into my YouTube recommendations, but I can absolutely see me leaving this stream today and going to check out. What would you call that? It's like excitable, smooth jazz. It's not totally jazz. It's like soft rock. I don't fucking know. It's lawnmower rock. That's what it is. Yeah, my cat's losing their shit right now. So, excellent. Come on. I hit any button like you asked. Let's go. Look at this fucking cool dude. I used to do landscaping. I think I started telling you that. And I got in really good shape. And while you're doing the work, it's one of those jobs where you see the progress that you make. And so by that metric, it's a really satisfying job. But man, I hated it. The pay was absolutely dog shit. Early hours. My employer was just horrendous and consistently took advantage of his employees. But I did learn how to mow a lawn. All right, so let's start a new career. Yeah, we got to play with the tutorials because we have no idea what we're doing. Let's get started. In this mode, you create your own lawn mowing company and build up its reputation. As you expand your company, you can hire employees, purchase more mowers, and unlock new contracts. But first, your company needs setting up with a name, logo, and uniform. I just figured it out. You know what this music reminds me of? It reminds me of Wild Stallions. Like in your head, Wild Stallions rocks so hard because like they kind of tell you that they do, but whenever they play Wild Stallions music, it's this every fucking time. Except for that one Kiss song leads the end of Bogus Journey. Anyway, company name. I have to type it out. So as we all know, I always use Mal. Mal what? Mal, as pointed out in Firefly, means bad. Wow, my light situation's not great. Mal lawn care. I don't know. Mal Verde. Bad green. Bad green. Malverde. Perfect. Company logo. Oh shit. I love this. I wonder if we're able to upload our own logos. Look at this these fucking Obama logos. I think I like this one the best. Just this little tuft. It's got an eeriness to it. I'm into it. Yeah, Malverde. Okay. Company logo. Edit player. On this screen, you can customize your in-game appearance of your player avatar as well as their physical appearance. You can change the colors of the company uniform and where your company logo is displayed. Okay. Player name. It's Mal. That's me. Player avatar. Alright, let's get ripping here. Sometimes I pick one that looks like me. Sometimes I pick people I've known in the past. Sometimes I pick just absurd looking things. I very rarely pick somebody out of random. But I've only got 11 choices here. None of them really look like me. None of them really look like anyone I've ever known either. We're gonna go, I guess player 5 sort of looks like me. I guess. Not really. Alright, so now we've got a player name, player avatar. Oh shit. Name, avatar. Let's take a look at hats. I'm fine with the black, honestly, but if you are landscaping, black is going to be a fucking nightmare. So, let's see. This is very similar to like my color, but I think it looks terrible as a company hat. Oh, that's pretty good though. It's nice. It'll help. Let's go, I don't know. Let's stay black. Yeah, that's fine. Logo placement, front and back only, no logo. Come on, turn around, buddy. A little quicker. Oh, it's huge. Front only. I was hoping you could move it around, but apparently you can only leave it right there. Okay. Or front and back. Let's just do it front only. That's fine. Uniform colors. Primary color set. Yeah, let's get rid of this fucking blue. This looks terrible. At least match it to the green. None of those greens match. That one kind of matches. Who would design this fucking uniform? Jesus Christ. Okay, we'll just make it black. I hate the idea of trim. The black doesn't match. Are you kidding me? We'll go... No, that's pit stain nightmare. We'll go black. Unless we want to change... You don't want white. You're gonna be sweating a lot. I like how this green is close enough to make the logo invisible, but not good enough to match it. That's not bad. It actually kind of makes me want to change the hat. Was this? Yeah, that's it. Alright, yeah, that's not too bad, right? What is going on with my... Hold on a second. Wow, my camera, for whatever reason, looks like total shit right now. Weird. Okay. Once again, Steam is being super weird. Now that you have a company of your own, you will need your first vehicle to get cutting. Select a vehicle from this list and take it for a test drive. This vehicle is equipped with a collector type deck. That means as you cut with it, the grass clippings are sucked up into the vehicle's hopper. No piles of grass clippings will be left unless you overload the engine. Okay? This vehicle is equipped with a side discharge type deck. That means as you cut it, grass clippings are discharged from the side chute. Okay. And this guy. This vehicle is equipped with a mulcher type deck. That means you cut it, the grass clippings are cut. So small, no visible blades are left. No piles of grass clippings will be left unless you overload the engine, which means the deck doesn't have power. Okay, so it's either between this guy, which looks pretty great, or this guy. So we got a top speed of 5.5 miles an hour. I assume that's good. Fuel tank is 6 liters. It goes in reverse. This is 5-liter fuel tank with a 4.3. But it looks cool. And we're just relaxing. We're just mowing lawns and relaxing. So we're going to go with this one. I don't know what's going on with Steam. We'll have to restart it again. Yeah, it looks like I almost returned it. I'm just trying to fix Steam right now, that's all. We're just gonna restart Steam. Hopefully it saved my fucking progress. We'll see. Who knows though? Who knows? Okay, I definitely don't want to buy any more stuff. Just take me to where I need to go. Thank you very much. Lawn mowing simulator. Play. Ooh, I got the hiccups for no reason. That's great. Also, it again looks as though my camera is acting fucking weird. Definitely one of those days. No idea what's going on. So, hey, if you are just joining me, let me know what the audio is once we get going. Ay, ay, ay. Please, I hope you saved my shit. 10 out of 10 games so far. I don't know any of these companies. Skyhook Games, Curve Digital. The only one I know is Copyright 2021, the Toro Company, which I believe is like a lawn care company, right? Shit, it didn't save any of my stuff. We're just gonna blast through this, okay? Spent a lot of time making it look cool before. And we went with the green, I believe. The logo placement was front. Oh, logo placement was front only, right? Yeah. Uniform colors we went with green and white or yellow. Shit, I can't remember what we chose for the other color. Was this it? It looks fine. Who gives a shit if that was it? Company name, company logo, edit player, we're good. Accept. Fucking blam. Alright, accept, 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 and we're gonna go with the night. All right, I feel like now we are actually gonna get going. Are you sure you want to test drive the Knight OFS1, the Knight of Sea? In career, if you want to upgrade to a new mower but don't have the free bay in your HQ, you can part exchange a current mower. All right, cool. It's looking a little gloomy outside here in Austin, but I don't think it's gonna rain. It's been raining a little bit at night. It seems to only really rain at night or in the morning, and I have to wonder if that's because it's so fucking hot here that just like, even if it rains up above, it like burns up before it gets here. That could be true, right? It sounds plausible. No idea if it is or not, but looking for cat. Welcome to the test drive area. Here you can familiarize yourself with a particular vehicle in conditions similar to a real contract. Approach the vehicle to get on it. Use L and R to move and look around. Now, the thing I just realized is, I don't know if you've noticed on earlier streams, my controller has bad controller drift, not grift. That might be an issue here. We'll find out. Instead of buying this game, I should have bought a new controller. Let's see. I'm just walking around. I'm gonna check out the space a little bit. It's looking a little choppy. Let me take a look at general settings here. Windowed, no. Quality level high. VSync on. Motion blur normal. It all seems fine. We're gonna bring the master volume down to 6, I think. We'll go 7, just in case. Sure. Why was I going backwards for a second? All right. So it is looking a little choppy on the stream. Not sure why. Maybe we'll bring it down to medium. You think that'll help? Normal? I can normal. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the stream right now so we know what we're looking at. I guess this is a little better. And I didn't honestly notice any real dip in quality here. Alright, so let's... Oh, left bumper's run. So is a right bumper. I'm just seeing if there's any cool things. There's not. So let's approach our little darling here. I forgot what button they told me to get on vehicle. Vehicle startup. Once you are on your vehicle, you will need to get it started and onto the grass. How have I been playing for a half an hour? I haven't mowed a single blade of grass. Edit each vehicle is slightly different to get going. Follow the steps to get it started at the bottom of the screen. With the vehicle started, take a moment to get used to it, then drive over to the grass and you can start cutting. Okay. Looks like we have a full tank. Hold X to start the vehicle's engine. Use left and right to change the vehicle's throttle settings. Do they mean bumpers? Well, that's me looking around. I can look that way. Change cut height is up and down. Lower cutting deck. Use X to engage and disengage. I mean, I'm using X. What the fuck are you doing? Do I have to put the thing down? Alright, and hold X to start vehicle's engine. Yes, I've done all this. Oh shit, that is... I hope I'm not It sounds like I may be mowing the parking lot. Which is fine. Can we sharpen blades? Do we have to sharpen blades? Oh, okay. I'll be totally honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. Getting ready to cut. Once on the grass, you now need to get your... I still haven't cut any grass. Your deck ready by first setting the cut height and then engaging the cutting blades. You should only ever turn your blades on when on grass, otherwise you'll damage them and affect their ability to cut. Oh, well, now you tell me. Oh yeah, I cut that grass. So we're gonna just do a nice perimeter. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that cut grass. Ooh, I don't like this camera though. This camera angle's rough. We missed a little there. Great. I didn't last. What is this fucking camera angle? Jesus. I want above. Okay, now that we're moving a little bit, I'm not gonna fuck with the camera. This is great. I do wish there was a little smooth jazz. Could certainly use that. It's hard for me to tell. I still haven't gone all the way around yet, right? I don't think so. This doesn't look like it's already cut grass. I also wasn't really paying attention to setting blade heights, so we'll see. Looks great so far, I think. Ooh, shit. By holding, is that R? While stationary, you can engage Pro View, which highlights the area of grass that you have not cut to the required height. Useful. Okay. All of it. Noted. Yeah, this is one of the reasons I didn't last long, I suppose, as a lawn care specialist. Among many other things. I've always had problems staying employed anywhere for any number of reasons. That's no secret to anybody that knows me. A lot of it, I don't know. It's, I've never done anything that I feel like I will do for the rest of my life, or that I could do for the rest of my life, and I wonder if that is a mentality that maybe my generation missed out on in large part. I definitely have friends that have been doing certain jobs for years. But I do, besides making art, which even then I go through lengthy periods of not wanting to, and to be honest, being unable to. So I feel like there's no real job. I have a hard time thinking about spending my life doing any one thing ever. In fact, the idea kind of, it bums me out, but it also makes me nervous. It scares me a little to think that one day you are interviewing for a job and the next day you've been there for 30 years and your youth is gone and maybe you can afford a house, and what do you get out of it? You know, like some sort of mediocre middle class life, right? But who gives a shit? Is it better than starving on the street? Yeah, I guess it is. But at the same time, all of the things you miss out on. Like, yeah, I'm largely, I would say, unemployable right now just because my job history looks like shit. I think the longest I've ever stayed at a job is about 3 years, and I think I only lasted 3 years, partly because I had winters off. I worked from about April to November every year, and so I was able to stay there until our state contract ran out. I probably would still be working there, honestly. But beyond that, after that, like it's like a year, maybe a few months here and there. I don't know. I have a hard time convincing myself that I should stay anywhere. Something better sometimes comes up. Something more exciting or something that might pay a little better because honestly, maybe the idea of leaving a job for one that only allows you a couple bucks more. We're going to start doing rows here. Is a shitty idea in the long run and looks bad on a resume. Maybe. But I have never been at the point in my life where a couple bucks more wouldn't be a fucking lifesaver, you know? And I've tried to express this to a number of people where the idea is, well, if I stay at a job, I'll eventually get raises and I'll have a couple bucks more, and then I'll have like some sort of employability equity, you know, where I've stayed there and my time is worth more. But in my experience, which is not universal, obviously, raises are almost never adequate when it comes to comparison for time spent there. Um, Even now, getting a dollar raise is, in the employer's eye, some sort of magical fucking gift, you know? But a dollar raise, if you're working full time, is only 40 bucks extra in your check every week, and after taxes, it's like 36 bucks. What the fuck is 36 bucks anymore? You know what I mean? Like, 36 bucks is nothing. That's a tank and a half of gas, maybe. That's maybe another half a bag of groceries. $1 an hour raise is essentially useless to me. Contract progress. Great work. In a real contract, however, you'll be expected to cut all the grass. I was very happy with cutting this grass. When a contract has been completed, you have to drive your vehicle back to the trailer to end it. Let's see if I can just finish this line. I like this line. So yeah, honestly, like a year, while maybe from the perspective of generations before me, isn't long. It is. It's a long fucking time. And the idea that they think that, say, assuming, of course, that we're talking about yearly raises, the idea that $1, 40 extra dollars in your check every week is some sort of benevolent, generous fucking gift is absurd and, in my opinion, insulting. And that's before we're even talking about things like time off. I've worked plenty of jobs where PTO is available after like a year, or you get like for every week you work, you earn like a half an hour of PTO. That is absolutely disgusting, in my opinion. I'm giving you 52 weeks of my life, and you might start accruing paid time off after that? Horrendous. Absolutely fucking horrendous. This is why it's important to unionize wherever you work. Um, so, hold on, we're gonna do this tricky corner. So yeah, so I don't ever feel employee loyalty, because I don't ever feel employer loyalty. You know, like, and I know this is a point that's been tread a million times by people vastly smarter and more experienced than me, but I just feel like you should only give equal to what you will get. Like, they're not going to look out for you when you are old and sick, and you will be. Your employer that you gave your life for is not going to pay your fucking doctor's bills. That fucking shitty medical insurance that they always offer isn't even going to cover some of it. All of that overtime that you felt was required of you in a sort of hush-hush way isn't going to help. You're on your own, and I feel like, even though it's been detrimental to my financial success, absolutely, that idea has saved me from falling in that trap. I don't have any money at all. I don't have health insurance, and when I'm old, I'm fucked. But you know what? When you're old, you're fucked too. We're all on our own, and we have to start fucking acting like it. There is the whole, well, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Well, I suppose there are a number of side projects that I do that generate small amounts of income. And for the most part, they are things that I love to do. The problem, though, is they're work to me now. You know, they don't. I rarely do them out of joy. This clearly is not one of them. What do we got? One person viewing. Clearly, this is not one of these things making me money. But if it was, I would run into that. And I'm sure not everybody feels that way. I'm sure some folks feel incredibly blessed to do the things that they love for employment and are successful at it. And I'm very happy for those folks. For me, I don't know. The idea of work, especially meaningless work, because the things I love are essentially meaningless. Things that aren't helping in any significant way, I don't know. I don't see the point. You know, and that's been a lot of my jobs. I've done a lot of like data entry, or I've done a lot of cooking in garbage, stupid kitchens, you know. And yeah, like, kitchens need cooks or whatever, but like we don't need 800 fucking restaurants in every town. Don't be absurd. I don't know. I feel like as a society we could definitely minimize, and though people might not realize a lot of these things, I think a lot of people would eventually agree with me if these things were brought to their attention. And it's so hard to discuss these things because it's bred into us to be good employees, to be financially successful. And we're sort of taught that if you aren't one of those two things, you're a failure and you should be ashamed of yourself. For part of my working life, you know, my early 20s, I definitely felt that shame because there was this part of me that knew I was being taken advantage of, knew I was being fucked with, and definitely felt like it wasn't right. But at the same time, at that point in my life, I also felt like I shouldn't be talking about it, or I shouldn't have those thoughts, and maybe I'm just a garbage person. And I think a lot of people feel that way. We look at rates of depression and anxiety and shit, even the suicide rate. I have to imagine that the way we toil our lives away for absolutely dick in the long run has something to do with that, right? Well, the the counterpoint that I hear to that is, well, that's why it's important to have hobbies and go outside on the weekend and blah, blah, blah. I agree, totally agree with you. But dude, do we have the time for that? Do we have I get home from work. I work 11-hour shifts, full time. And I get home from work and I don't want to do anything. And this is one of the easier jobs I've ever had in my life. I don't want to do anything. Want you are overloading your engine. If you want to get out the vehicle for any reason, let's see what happens to the engine. I've worked much harder jobs. I would say the majority of my jobs have been far more difficult. But when I get home, I don't want to do the things I love. I don't want to paint. I don't want to write songs. I don't even want to fucking play games because I'm exhausted, you know? And not just physically, but emotionally, psychologically. For example, going back to the kitchen thing, life in a kitchen is draining. People think it's some sort of no talent job, that it takes no skill or whatever. It's exhausting on so many levels. So yeah, while it is important to make sure that you do things you love and that you make time for your hobbies, it's just not always possible. And especially when it comes to those low skill jobs, you'll be goddamn lucky if you can even acquire one with, I don't know, 2 days off in a row. At best, you'll most likely end up with an insane schedule that changes every week. It's incredibly disheartening. Stream's looking a little choppy. Let's see if we can fix this. We'll drop the res down. Jesus Christ, not that low. Refill my kratom too. So, there we go. Look at that. Nice and letterboxed. So I guess, what's the alternative, right? Like, because I can sit here and bitch about things left and right all day, but what's the solution? Well, I mean, like I said earlier, unionize, you know? Make sure that you and your people that you work with, your coworkers, are on the same page. Discuss it. One of the things that employers fucking hate is when you discuss your pay. So do that. Discuss your pay. It's not rude. You've been tricked into believing that. Discuss your pay. Make sure you're getting equal pay. Demand at least 2 days off in a row. There's no reason not to have 2 days off in a row. If you're feeling up for a good argument, demand a living wage. No one should be working 40 hours a week and unable to pay their rent like I am, like I assume any of you generally are. I mean, I live with my partner, so we're fine, obviously, but a lot of people aren't. A lot of people have to work 2 and 3 jobs, and that's not the American dream, and that's not being a good worker. That's that's suffering. And I don't mean to be dramatic, but it fucking is. You work 2 full-time jobs and tell me it's not suffering. I didn't expect to be talking about employment issues on this stream, to be totally honest, but here we are. I'm hoping to finish this whole fucking lawn. I will say, though, that during my time as a lawn care professional, specialist, I forget what my actual title was. I was outside, I was around plants, I was putting in physical labor, like it was good for my body, which in turn was generally good for my mind. So I definitely don't complain about that. And that's the thing too, like I'm certainly not complaining about hard labor. Not at all. I've done my fair share of that, and I generally find it rewarding. However, so many people, so many, independent contractors that you may work with, or fucking anybody, restaurant managers or whoever, expect you to bust your ass for minimum wage or just over minimum wage. The current discussions that we see a lot now regarding living wages, or even the fucking $15 an hour wage, and people are like, well, if I pay my employees $15 an hour, I'll go out of business. Good. If you have employees that are working full time and you are not paying them a living wage at least, $15 an hour is about half of a living wage, by the way. But if they're working full time and you're not paying them a living wage, if they can't live comfortably after giving you most of their waking week, you do not deserve to have a business. You do not deserve to have employees. You are stealing from them. You are stealing their time. You are stealing their peace of mind. You are stealing their skill. I remember being a lot younger, and I don't think I was able to really verbalize these sorts of thoughts and feelings, and often it would get me. It led to trouble in friendships and relationships, and just in general. People are very uncomfortable with the idea that the worker should have rights or should be treated fairly or should be able to fucking live. The idea in America is, in the world, honestly, is, well, if you want to be happier, just work harder. And that's such absolute dog shit. That's all that is a carrot dangling. I don't know. But I guess at some point, I just became super comfortable with the idea that I'm gonna die a poor man and in medical debt, absolutely. And I just kind of got comfortable with that. And that's okay. And honestly, like, I still, when I feel taken advantage of by an employer, I do my best to stand up for myself and correct the situation. Doesn't always lead to great results, but it leads to better results, in my experience, than just sitting down and fucking taking it. And I highly urge anyone watching this to do the same thing. If you feel like you're getting dicked by your employer, do something about it, because it's on you. It's not up to anybody else. And don't trust your fucking HR departments. HR is not there for you. They're there for them. I'll tell you what, I was going to purchase the Alan Wake Remaster, as I said. I am so glad I picked up Lawn Mowing Simulator. This is exactly what I needed. Oh my god. If you're just joining us, hi, hello, welcome to the show. I think we're going to be done with this lawn in a little bit. I think as soon as we're done with this lawn, I'm going to take a quick break, grab a real quick snack. Should be another couple minutes, I suppose. My mailman's here. It's cool, dude. Very nice. Oh man, see, that's a whole other topic that'll piss me off too. Is the state of our post office. And it has nothing to do with the mailman or, you know, the employees at all. It's entirely, at this point, the administration above us. I know that, like, a lot of my liberal and centrist style friends are very much of the opinion that Trump has done this and whatever, and yeah, he started it for sure. But the problem is that the current administration could have corrected it, and they haven't. It should have been a top priority, and now we are seeing warnings from the post office and from the administration saying that it's going to get even worse in the next few months. I don't want to talk about politics too much. I think I've made it completely clear on where I stand with all that, especially if you've listened to, you know, this stream. But the destruction, and I have to assume it's purposeful, of the Postal Service should be enraging to you. Because where are the taxes going if they're not going to basic services? Which, for the record, our post office is a great example of socialism at work. So if you like the post office but you hate socialism, you don't know what you're talking about. So is public school. So is fire departments. So is fucking roads. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna stay out of the whole political discussion at the moment. We'll save all that for another time, when I've got more than a handful of viewers to enrage. I certainly don't want to end up like some streamers who just take a hot topic and try to be a fucking reactionary to it. Those people, man, they I find that they just do way more damage than help, you know. I rarely meet somebody who listens to those sorts, and I'm sure you understand who I'm talking about. But I rarely meet people who listen to them and get any further than becoming some fucking rose emoji liberal. If that. Man, I'm on Twitter a little too much, as if you couldn't tell. And in the last year, I've watched some of those folks go from very left-leaning ideologies seamlessly into what really echo far-right ideologies, and it's horrifying. For example, and if this is you, I'd love to hear your point of view on it. the vaccination thing is a really hot and dangerous topic, and I'm only going to briefly cover it, but I believe in bodily autonomy. I do, completely. I do not. I also believe that businesses, if they don't want unvaxxed folks going in, that's up to them. It's hilarious watching people like libertarians complain about private businesses having their own rules, but that's besides the point. But I've seen a number of people who, as far as I knew, used to also believe in bodily autonomy, who are demanding that, not maybe demand is the wrong word, because I don't feel like those people actually get angry about anything, who have been saying that hospitals should not treat unvaccinated people because they're clogging the system up. Man, I don't know if they've realized this, but that's eugenics, and that's a fash position. Everyone deserves healthcare, full stop. Everyone. I know it's clogging the system. I know that that is a fault of the two administrations that have been dealing with this situation. We could have had this problem fucking taken care of. And yes, there is a level of personal responsibility. Absolutely. But everyone deserves healthcare, full stop. So if that's your position, I think you need to evaluate where you actually stand. If people don't want to be vaccinated, fine, fuck them. In my opinion, I think they should be, regardless of the efficacy of the vaccines. Any little bit helps. You don't play Skyrim and walk past armor. You know what I mean? Like, just grab it. You get like a +2 bonus. But if you don't want it, fine. The personal responsibility part means stay the fuck home. Okay? Put your mask on. Like, I don't know. Again, it's your body. You do what you want. But have respect for the people around you. They have autonomy also. We are all in this together. On my Twitter earlier, like I said, I'm on far too much. I posted one of my waking thoughts this morning, which was, I'll try to remember it word for word, but I doubt I'll be able to. If you really boil down the difference between the left and right sides of the spectrum, and super generalized, the left wants people to have things, and the right wants people to not have things. And I don't mean the right doesn't want people to have things. From my experience and watching the right, they actively want people to not have things, and there's a huge difference between those two ideas. The right, the left, I mean, no matter whether socialist, communist, anarchist, they want people to have, in some fashion, resources, be it healthcare or housing or both or whatever. They want people to have resources. And it seems like every argument I hear from the right is just people who are reacting to those ideas, that they just don't want people to have resources. It's really fucking weird. I don't know. And it doesn't matter because it is a super overgeneralization. It was just, to me, it was something that when I woke up this morning, was one of those thoughts. It was like, oh fuck, that's too easy. Trying to get all the way around this tree, but it's a little difficult. It's not going to be my best mowed lawn, but you know, you do what you can. Going back to the Alan Wake remaster, I don't know. I might pick it up. I love Alan Wake and I love Remedy, but I'm not necessarily sure I see a point in grabbing it just yet. Maybe I'll wait until it inevitably ends up on Steam. It will. Or if Epic does one of those things with their free games, which is probably the only reason I still have Epic. Did I get it? Oh yeah, that was pretty good. There we go. Beautiful. I cannot recommend Lawn Mowing Simulator to you enough. We've been, our contract on this has been complete for like, I don't know, a fucking hour at this point. I've got to finish it. You know what's funny is when I saw this game on sale today, I was like, oh fuck, this is going to be a dangerous game. Because I knew that like my need for completionism would kick in. Let's get this tree. Wow, come on, we can do tighter than that. I know Farming Simulator had mowing, didn't it? I think it had mowing. But having a whole game dedicated to just mowing the fucking lawn, oh man, what a brilliant move. Man, it really looks like it's gonna rain outside. I hope it does. The one thing I will say about Texas, specifically Central Texas, when it rains, even if it's only for a minute or two, it really rains. It's nice. My first time here a couple of years ago, it was within the first couple of weeks. It rained just torrentially. I don't use that word lightly. It like Austin is a lot of upsy downsies, which is the official term for hills, and all the downsies were just flooded out completely. It was really cool. I mean, probably not for anybody that might have been stuck within them, but for me, watching it was pretty cool. Oh yeah, we're getting close. I can feel it. Patches here, let's clean them up. Man, I hope the next map is even bigger. Fucking trees in my way, no wonder I'm missing patches. So going back to the job thing, I at one point tried to keep track. I tried to count the amount of jobs I've had, and I want to say this was, whew, man, um, well, it was at least a dozen jobs ago, and the number I had hit at that point was 64, I believe, 63 maybe. Those numbers are sticking out in my head as being pretty close. And again, that was at least a dozen jobs or so. Most of them for a few months, maybe a couple of years. And like I said, it does not look good on a resume, obviously. And I don't put them on a resume. I lie on all my resumes, which do that. But on the other hand, though, I have so much experience with so many different things that I have a hard time seeing it as a negative thing, really. Like I said, I've done landscaping. I've done film work. I've worked in television news. I've done a number of aspects of television news. I've worked on the radio. I've done traffic counting. I've done construction and house painting. I've worked in kitchens, and I've done payroll. I've done right now I work in a kind of dispensary. Like, we're talking like 80 something jobs, right? Like 75 jobs maybe. Name it. I've probably done it. And I think that's pretty cool. There's a couple that I've never done. I've never worked as a server. The pressure from that is too much for me. Even just considering doing it. I've never been a bartender for the same reason. Even just considering doing it, it gets me a little bit anxious. So I'm definitely not going to do that. Otherwise, though, yeah, I've done pretty much everything. Pizza shops. I used to write adult short stories for a little while. I did YouTube for a little while. I did it for a couple of years, a number of years ago, and you know, more than this. I mean, this is casual at best. But YouTube was an entirely different place back then. It was a lot easier to pay some bills with it. Man, look at that turning. Real pro. Oop, missed a whole strip there. There we go. We're really closing in on finishing this field now. I wonder if we'll get like a Chieve for this. People still say Chieve. There's another holdback from the fucking early YouTube days. In fact, speaking of jobs, going back to that topic and going back to Twitter, if you scroll through my Twitter, a couple hours ago, I retweeted this great letter from Bukowski explaining the plight of the 9-to-5 worker, which is never really a 9-to-5, is it? Yeah, go check it out. It's on my Twitter. It's a great letter. When I was in my early 20s, I was working a couple jobs I didn't like, and I kept losing them. I was either quitting or getting fired or whatever. And obviously, my partner at the time did not like that. But then I read Bukowski's Factotum, and man, Factotum is basically a book about losing shitty jobs for the most part. And after reading it, I felt so much less ashamed about myself, and not because of like comparing myself to Bukowski, who was, you know, has his own shitty reputation, but because maybe I wasn't wrong about the way I felt about having shitty jobs and being trampled on like some shitty old rug, you know? It's nice to have someone else's point of view come in and just to let you know that, hey man, you're not alone. Which I guess is part of the reason I like doing these streams and discussing more real world topics than just video games. I want people to know they're not alone. Man, missed that strip entirely. I mean, I'm not saying I'm right at all. I think I'm right. I might not be, though. But what I am saying is that if you think like me, well, at least there's two of us, right? I see my gas meter is on now. I'm pretty sure I can finish this on just the small amount of gas left. Also, I believe this was the mower with the mulcher, right? Something keeps connecting and disconnecting. I think it's my controller headset thing that we talked about a couple streams ago. The thing I like about the mulcher as opposed to the bagger is that the mulched grass goes back into the soil. You know, you don't just collect it and leave it in a pile back at the garage or wherever you store your shit. You just mulch it and it goes right back into the soil here, and that's better for the land. Even though, to be totally honest, I'm not a fan of cutting grass like this. I really prefer a more wild looking lawn. If you can, make it a fucking garden. Oh yeah, I think we can do this with just this small amount of gas. Yeah, so maybe instead of just the Alan Wake remaster, I'll just play Alan Wake again at some point. I just recently played through it all for like the fucking 5th time last spring. I didn't do it on stream or anything. I just did it because I love it. Maybe I'll do that on stream at some point. Such an excellent game. Most people I know really love it. I've got a couple of friends who it's not their jam, and that's fine. But for the most part, everyone I know just adores it, and rightfully so. Oh yeah, we are getting close. What happens if I run out of gas? I guess we'll find out. But it's good that I got the hang of this. It's also good that he's wearing proper ear protection. A lot of people don't realize it, that even if these machines aren't loud, the constant drone of these machines are what will do a lot of damage to your ears. And there's you know, there's simple things you can do. Just take care of yourself. A lot of like younger dudes I found in my time didn't like wearing ear protection. I don't know if it was a cool thing or whatever to not protect your hearing, but there's so many little things you can do when you're young to take care of yourself, and you'll be really thankful. Last stream, while I was talking about, you know, being in recovery and all that, one of the things that I always did was, for the last 15, 20 years now, regardless of emotional states, I've always moisturized my skin, always. And to this day, people still wildly underestimate my age, which I find fantastic. And I'm very thankful that I started moisturizing when I looked quite young, when I was quite young, when I didn't look like I need to. Oh yeah, look at that, we're almost done. You know, I was planning on just going back and just looking for strips. Oh wait, we have that pro view. So let's get this last strip. Oh yeah. Let's go pro view. Oh shit, there's a lot. It's like, it sometimes will kick in. I'm pushing the button, but it's like, okay, fuck it. So we're just gonna say we're done, I guess. We did it. Great job, team. I did once tip a fucking big ass tractor over. Very scary. Very, very scary. There, look at that. After completing the test drive, you can now purchase the vehicle if you would like. Yeah, okay. How do I purchase it? It'll cost me £26.50. Select a contract. All right, so we're just gonna take a little break. And yeah, let me know if you want me to shit. Sorry. Contract setup. Once you select contract, you can see information about it. Okay, we're just gonna take it. Confirm the contract. Confirm contract. Start your contract. All right. I know as soon as I click to go out of here, it's going to give me a real pain in the ass with the controller. But fuck it. We're going to do it. shit, that's not the button I wanted to hit at all. Alright, yeah, it's being a real pain in the ass. Okay. So, let's see. How come I can't find where to just quit? Oh, look, a hot air balloon. That is very... It's a nice place. It's a very nice place. Oh, I saw... Alright, so come on. Come the fuck on. Alright. Yeah. Am I just not seeing where to quit? Alright, well, we'll do it the fucking hard way then. Sometimes that happens, you know? Alright.